Many of us want to get a good tablet, but don't always want to spend $200 to $300. Some of us don't even want to spend over $100 for tablets, and it can be for various reasons, such as giving it to a gift to maybe your kids, or for yourself to save money. But here I put a list as to what I think you should know about these tablets that cost between $30 to $80 before purchasing one, since I've used a few in the past months. Not all of these things will apply to every tablet in the price range, but you should at least get a gist of what you're going to be getting in your money's worth. Let's start with the screen. It's usually got a resolution of 1024 by 600 or 480 by 800. These are pretty low resolutions, and the PPI, or pixels per inch, decreases as the screen gets larger. While having an acceptable resolution for the price, the bad thing is its viewing angles. Tilt the screen one way and it gets dark, tilt it the other way and it gets bright. This is annoying if you use it in portrait mode because one side of the screen looks burned, and to make it look natural, you'd have to have the screen tilt to the brighter side and keep it that way. My solution is to have the tablet in landscape mode with the brighter side up and lock the rotation there. Number 3, battery life. From the tablets I've used, they've lasted between 5 to 16 hours with about 2 to 4 hours of on-screen time, and 2 hours is pretty low, but 3 to 4 hours of on-screen time could last you the whole day with moderate use. Number 4, the camera. This one applies to those tablets that include a front-facing camera of 0.3 megapixels. The front-facing camera is fuzzy and overall just looks bad. It's also placed in an awkward location, the top right. It would be better if it was at least in the middle. There are some tablets coming out now that do have it in the middle and possibly a 2 megapixel camera on the front and back, which is actually tolerable. This would be important to people who plan to use applications such as Snapchat or Skype. It's also worth mentioning that the built-in microphone in the tablets aren't that good either, so you may want to get some headphones that have a microphone. Number 5, specs. Now most of you probably know that these tablets won't have the latest and greatest specs, and it won't run heavy 3D graphic intense games, but usually a 1.2 GHz dual-core processor should be enough to run things smoothly for the most part. I understand that not all gigahertz are equal, but they're fairly similar in performance and in clock speeds from what I've tested using the Antutu Benchmark app. If it gets over 14,000, then it'll run fairly smooth. Number 6, memory. Most tablets will have 8 gigs of onboard storage, and you're able to utilize about 5 gigs of it. There is a micro SD card slot available, being able to support 16 to 32 gig cards. However, if you're planning on downloading many applications, you probably wouldn't want to rely on the micro SD card because it doesn't support applications transferring to an SD card. Maybe rooting your tablet could fix that. Number 7, no Bluetooth. This one speaks for itself. There's no Bluetooth. Along with having no Bluetooth, number 8, no NFC or near-field communication, which, to say it in the most basic way, it's a chip in a device that can enable you to do various tasks, such as send files with other devices, wireless charging, paying, and more, just by touching, which these tablets don't have, making it a little harder to send files to another device. I'll have a link in the description to a video that goes a little more in depth to what NFC is. Number 9, no GPS module. Without a GPS module, some features on applications such as Google Maps won't work without it, like navigation. It seems like a small thing, but it's worth mentioning because some people rely on this. Number 10, speakers. The speakers are all identical and sound the same, and it's usually located in the back. It sounds tinny, it doesn't get too loud either. Here's a sample. Number 11, defects. There are quite a few people who receive a tablet with defects, and it doesn't always happen immediately after you take it out of the box. It could work fine for a few days to a week, and after that, you can start to see various problems, such as the tablet restarting on its own, or not even turning on at all. Now, I don't know what the exact numbers are, but from the videos I've made on these cheap tablets, about 25% of the comments are complaints about these tablets being defective. These won't apply to most brands, but you should always do your research and read a lot of reviews on the specific tablet you're thinking of buying. I hope this video helps you get a better understanding of what you can expect in these budget tablets. They've made a seldom amount of compromises to make the tablets so cheap. Again, I want to say that this will not apply to all the tablets in the price range, but for many it will. And if you're still unsure on a few things, you can always contact the person or company that's selling the tablet about any questions you have.